You know, when I just started, and I thought, Nino, you gotta listen to this mix.
It's so fire.
I said it's so
It's
fire.
so fire, and then you listen
Fire
to
emoji,
it.
fire emoji, fire emoji, fire truck emoji,
Fire truck.
and listen to it. I was like, oh wow. Did I send it? Did it already send? Yeah, it already sent. Never mind.
It's not so fire.
It's not so fire. Welcome back to another episode of The Clever DJ with Ilya
and Nino. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah.
We forgot to do that. We forgot to fist bump.
Yeah.
I think a couple of the episodes. We got to go back and watch. I have a feeling we did, but
It's okay. We'll make up for it. Ready? Ready?
One more. Yes. Those who just listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, whichever platform you chose. We're also on YouTube. You can watch us. Actually, you can watch the video. So I think it's worth it. I think it's interesting. I used to listen to a lot of podcasts, and when they said that they're also on video, at first I was surprised when the podcast just became a thing. Oh, you're on video too? No way.
Yeah.
That makes more sense because I couldn't understand certain things he was talking about. Yeah. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to watch it. And then I watched it, and it was actually pretty worth it. So
it was, right? Yeah. So it'll be worth it if you guys watch
it. It will be really worth it. Trust me.
Yes.
It's so much more work to do this on video.
It's
so much more work. It would have been so much easier
if we just kept it a podcast.
Yes, so much easier if it was just audio.
We're doing it for you guys right there.
You guys.
Pointing at the camera. So this is episode number 20 right now.
Number 20.
Number 20. We're in.
Right. So the benefits of recording the video and audio of your set
at your events.
At your events, yes. Or even if it's not at your events, but strictly talking about your events for this episode.
Yes, sir.
So many benefits. We wrote so much, but there's so much more. It's just that you'll get the idea. All right. We're trying to keep these episodes kind of semi
what?
Long, like not too long.
Not too long, so you know you guys stay engaged.
Yeah, because if it's too long, you might tune out, right? So we want to make it interesting, but not keep you here forever. If you guys want longer episodes, let us know. But the first reason to create footage for yourself is it's promotion. It's promotional footage for your social media, for your YouTube gig vlog, Instagram, your website, which honestly helps you get more gigs, gives you credibility when a client asks you, how do you DJ? What's your style? And they're more likely to hire you again, or hire you to begin with, actually.
Yeah, so because they can see your style and how you rock a crowd, right? So it's right there. The proof is in the pudding. You can't stray away from it, man.
Yes. Now, an obvious benefit of recording your audio would be that you could upload your live mixes online, which, again, the client can hear. But now it's a clean recording of just the audio straight from the controller or your system, right?
Yeah, depending on how you record it, of course. But
and you can improve on those mixes too. You know, when I just started, and I thought, Nino, you gotta listen to this mix.
It's so fire.
I said it's so fire.
It's so fire, and then you listen to
it. Fire emoji, fire emoji, fire truck emoji,
fire truck,
and listen to it. I was like, oh wow. Did I send it? Did it already send? Yeah, it already sent. Never mind.
It's not so fire.
It's not so fire. Yeah. And there were parts that I guess made me believe that because they were actually good. But then there were parts that I did not notice how not even bad, mediocre they were.
Yeah. But
Right?
when you're doing it right at the moment, you think, oh my gosh, this is so good. It sounds good. But when the proof is in the pudding and you listen to it, you listen back to it, you're recording, and it's like, oh, it wasn't that clean, or doesn't. Yeah. Could have been a lot better.
Yeah.
Right?
So you could definitely improve so much, even as a pro. As a pro, you think you do everything right, but you kind of almost forget that you could probably still get better.
You always can get better. When you listen back to your recordings, it'll just give you a wake up call a lot of times, right? So it's always a benefit to record your mixes, whether it be live or especially live.
Yeah, like how you execute certain transitions live as opposed to practicing at home.
Yeah, so if you're doing like word plays or like tone plays and stuff, and you're practicing at home, of course, you do it multiple times, hundreds of times, but when you actually get to a gig, that's when the nerves kick in. So you're most likely going to make a mistake when you're going to do it live, but you get to see it live on camera, how you did, how the people reacted to it too, right? If it made a big impact on the crowd.
You don't really have more than one shot at certain things, right? Or at anything, really.
Yeah.
Right at home, you're like,
yeah,
messed it up.
Redo it again. Redo it again. Redo.
Oh, every time I try to like imitate that rewinding sound, I remember what you did at that wedding.
What did I do?
When they were saying their vows.
Oh shoot! You gotta bring this back again. This hurts, man.
It was so funny.
Funny for you. This is exactly what I said too.
I will always love you. Oh my God. I have not heard a crowd laugh with the DJ like that.
That was the worst.
Ever.
But they
loved it. It made the wedding better.
It did.
Because they were chill.
They were so chill. They were so happy. It was a happy moment, right? Yeah. They were so into it.
I think the way you looked made people realize
there was a mistake.
Just like how you didn't mean to do that.
I looked so embarrassed.
I think they laughed at that too. And it was I could tell we were pretty close to them. They could see your reaction. They could see me looking at you like, oh, livid.
Literally, yeah, man.
You did this.
Yeah, I can't believe he did that. Look at his face right now.
Oh man.
Jeez. Okay. Let's move on.
What's the next one? I lost myself in the list. Gives you an advantage over DJs and or DJ companies that don't post videos online of their events. We are in the digital age. You like to say that?
Yeah, we are in the digital age, and everyone who is anybody is on social media nowadays. So you can't escape it. If you want to be like the best, if you want to excel in anything, get more gigs, you have to be posting, and you want to get popular. Well, the goal is to be popular, right? So you can get more bigger gigs. So you have to be.
I'm 34 years old, and back. Nino is younger, by the way, much younger.
Yeah.
I remember reading a magazine or something when I was, 16 or 14 years old or something like that. I forget when that was.
Playboy?
The first time.
Playboy?
No, not that one. No. And it said that each person, or almost every person, like 20, 30 years from now, is going to have a website.
Yeah.
So they were very vague about that, but they said every person's going to have a website. Every person's going to have their own corner of the internet. Like every person or close to every person.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no way.
Because back in
Facebook, Instagram.
Because back in the day, the website design,
their grandparents have it.
They're like thousands and thousands of dollars. Like our group had a website, and we had somebody hosting it and just doing everything on there, and we had paid them so much money. I can't believe it. Nowadays, templates where you pay literally $30 a month.
Freelance websites.
Yeah, you can do it yourself.
Yeah.
Literally drag and drop, and then you have a website.
Yeah,
right. So it's true. It was true.
It's just incredible. So, do you really want to get rid of that kind of part of the market that could really benefit you. And it's just so much fun to have too. I remember you wrote that. Yes, there we go. That's actually the next point here. You're documenting your work, and you should be proud of what you do. You're leaving your legacy for your kids, grandkids, family, friends, and relatives, especially when you upload it online for the whole world to see. It's just a beautiful kind of moment that you could always go back to.
Yeah, man. You should be proud of it, man, because you work hard to build these events, to take videos of it, and it's nice to leave that legacy for your kids and people, right?
What's the next one? You can see and hear your mistakes. That's one of the main reasons you always told me to record myself. You didn't need to tell me. I like to record myself anyway. But
this guy loves recording everything.
Everything.
Like our conversations. Like if we're just
when we just started.
Yes.
It was so important because we would forget what we spoke about and how we were going to execute certain things for the podcast.
All of the podcast, yes.
Yes.
We were talking, like trying to build it and what we were going to do.
And I would record like the entire meeting. Like we'd have meetings and talking about it, learning what equipment to get and everything. So I would record those moments, and then you would be like, oh, what did we say we're going to get on Amazon? I said, don't worry about it. I know
I have it on recording.
That was on the evening of that first, that one of the first meetings. Yes, I can find it. And I found it. Wow. And for the same reason, I would also record my gigs because I knew that there was something to come back to for some reason because this is important. And I want to be able to watch it when I'm comfortable.
Yes.
And I don't have to analyze what happened kind of from memory. I can actually see what happened. And you can just watch and view your mistakes. And
you can literally see how people react to your sets now, right? You can see that if you have it pointed to the dance floor, you can see how they have moved and reacted. If you could have made the night better, if you could have made them dance harder, or you could have made the songs a little bit longer or shortened them, just to improve, right? You want to take note of that stuff. The little details make a big difference. In gigs.
So it's very important. For example, one of the biggest reasons for me would be the fact that people didn't dance.
Yeah.
And for some reason, at some point, they all started dancing. And then they left again. And then they came back. Yeah. And then they never left it after that. And I'm like, what did I do right? Well, guess what? I can go back to that video.
You can.
And watch. Obviously, I played the right music. That's number one. But what else did I do right? How did I transition? What kind of transitions didn't work with them? What kind of genres worked with them, right? What was their nationality? Is it always working for their nationality, right? Because in DJing, it matters sometimes. You could be also very surprised. Some people from the same nationality may really not like certain music that usually that nationality likes. But normally from our experience, if it worked for one, it will work for most of them. But
there are exceptions.
With little exceptions because we're all different after all.
Yeah.
So it's just so many things you can compare, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And you can learn a lot from watching your videos that way.
Yeah. So, and that's something I really like to do. Creating a montage or like a video clip from your own point of view and sending it to the client so they can remember and relive that night, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I love doing that too. It's a nice touch, right? And a lot of clients have mentioned in my reviews, in the 5-star reviews, that he gave these clips of the night, and we can always relive it and go back to it. And like, oh, it was a nice touch for him to do. He didn't have to do it. He doesn't have to do it. Like DJs they're not obligated to do it, but just him doing that shows. He cares.
Stand out from the crowd. Stand out from your fellow DJs and bring in something new to the table, right?
That's what it's all about, man. Because DJs we're all dime dozen. There's tons of us, right? We need to stand out from each other
in a way that doesn't sell you in a bad way. I mean, to take a video, you need to do it anyway. Might as well utilize all that effort and get a returning client or get an amazing 5-star review, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing. They appreciate it so much that they might leave you a good tip, and the ultimate is to get that 5-star review. I'd rather get the 5-star review than a tip. It doesn't even matter how much it is. Well, if it was like $1,000, then maybe I would. But yeah, well, usually sometimes the client will even ask, "Do you want a tip or do you want a review?" I'm like, "Can I get both?" I wish I could say that, but no, I can't. So, but I always usually say, "Oh, I'd love."
Somebody asked you if you prefer.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm like, why couldn't you just give me both?
I would never ask someone that. I would just not bring up the money.
Yeah, well, yeah, they brought it up for some reason. But.
So I find being in this industry, it makes it very hard for me not to tip a DJ. Or I was a waiter, I was a bartender.
Because we are in the service industry.
I can't walk up to a waiter or a bartender and thank them without leaving a tip, or even not walking up to them, just leaving it at a table, right, wherever they served me. So yeah, DJs as well. But again, not everyone understands that.
No.
And I like what you wrote here, that it gets you to be more comfortable being in front of the camera, talking to the camera. It's a confidence boost, and it just helps you be more personable and enhances your MC skills in a way.
Yeah.
Because now you're kind of performing for the camera as well, right?
Yeah.
You're thinking what you look like, how you move, right? Everything is more important now. It's being recorded.
Exactly, and you're more aware of that because you're taking the video, right, of yourself.
I find it much tougher when it's just behind me and I know it's recording 24/7. It's just recording the entire gig.
Well, what do you mean tougher? Like,
for example,
can't control it?
No, like if I'm recording myself. Then at that moment, it's natural for me. I've been recording myself all the time. But if it's just behind me, I may forget about it.
Well, that's the whole point,
right?
man.
But that's the whole point, right? So that's when the truth comes out.
Yes,
that's when you're not fake anymore because you're on camera.
You're real. Everything's
often
real.
Like, is it still recording? And it's like 1 hour, 57 minutes.
Yeah, you got everything. Yeah. So it's nice to look back at it, right? The footage, especially when something funny happens on the dance floor.
Yes.
You do something funny, or
this is a very important one. I remember I mentioned this. To watch your mannerisms.
Yeah, this is yours. Yeah,
and the way you react and respond to clients' requests, and how you deal with them, how you look from the outside.
Yeah, because literally you don't know how you look like until you see it on camera, right?
Like, are your eyes glued to the screen and you're like just like DJing, looking?
You're not engaging with
the laptop.
If you're not engaging with the crowd, which you should always do.
And if they're actually walking up to you to ask for something, and you're just kind of not on purpose,
brushing them off,
or
because you're too busy
talking to them, but kind of nodding away and not really paying attention to them, you can see their reaction.
Yes,
kind of like, okay, buddy,
what's wrong with this guy?
I'm gonna walk away. Right? Or I saw that often when and it's not because I did something wrong. Well, in their eyes, I did, but. Let's say if I refuse to play a certain song, or if I said I'll play it later, you get one of those like, did you see what you just told me? Did you hear what you just said? Like, and they're pointing and stuff.
They're telling on you.
Normally, I don't see that, right?
Yeah.
So let's say it was someone from the wedding party or the birthday girl or something, right? I can literally go back to that moment and see, oh shoot, they said that. And then I can message them later and say something like, hey, I hope everything was good. Sorry if I didn't play all of your requests or something like that. And they'll be like, oh wow, he remembers it. He remembers that part when I came up and asked for that song and he didn't play it. Normally it wouldn't happen with the main party of the event, but it could, especially when you're not a pro.
Yeah.
At least you can save yourself by noticing it and
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, finding a way to correct that. Yeah, what else did we say here? So yeah, if you eat too much, snack or drink. I love eating at events.
This guy literally feeds me at events because I'm DJing and he's like taking video and he's getting
I'm
me
supporting
food.
you, right?
I know. The late night is fire.
Oh, the late night is fire.
Sometimes it's poutine and like sliders. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Burgers always, I'll sell you for one.
Hit the spot. And I can't say no.
And then I'll know, oh, you'll be thirsty. Here's a Coke. here's how it all started.
And if you drink way too much and think that you're normal, that it doesn't affect you, you can really see it how you react on camera. So you can't hide it.
Exactly. And you know what? One more thing.
What?
You're drinking. You're eating. Okay, you're there for hours. You're gonna have to go to the bathroom. Okay. Let's say you can't at a certain moment. Now you have to DJ like that. Now it's gonna affect your performance.
You're squirming. I've done this before.
Let's do this. I never in my life seen anyone. Okay, I don't actually watch him, but I never in my life noticed somebody going to the bathroom and coming back so fast.
Bro, before I come out, go inside, my zipper's already down, bro, and I pull it out already.
I feel like those doors, like when you push the door and it slowly closes. I feel before it closes, he's already he's already opening the door. Like, okay, done.
It's like a cartoon.
And I'm like, when did you? And before I even told him that, I started counting. It's like, no way, no. Like, am I just not noticing how long it takes, or is he actually coming back too fast? Like, what is he doing?
Do you notice that's the same way how I eat too?
You inhale your food.
Like there's a steak.
That's not good for you. You shouldn't be doing that.
Man, I eat like a DJ, man. I have no time. I'm like, okay, I have to do something. I'm just in case I have to inhale it fast.
Can I just say something about that? This should be its own episode. But I honestly think contractors I'm not even going to start from DJs.
Okay, I know what you're going to say.
Videographers, photographers, anyone who needs to, not let's say the florists. I mean, they do their work and they leave.
Yeah.
But anyone who actually has to work throughout the wedding, like videographers, photographers,
like during the wedding,
DJs, if there's like a separate MC, a band, they need to be served first. So I wouldn't say absolutely first. So first you get the wedding party, so you get the
of course the couple, the bride and groom,
or bride and bride, groom and groom, whoever, whatever works for them, and then their parents, and then their siblings, and
then us. Well,
and then the
the bridal party.
The bridal party.
Yeah,
and then us.
We're
not supposed to wait for 160 people or 200 people to get served. And then we get served, and the food remains on the table,
and then they're doing speeches.
I would never serve. In my events, I always serve them first, and I make sure that my waiters and bartenders are well taken care of, and they have the breaks they need and everything. I make sure that I'm on top of it.
They're actually changing that now. There's a couple of venues that have caught on and have done that. They've served us first. I'm like, wow, it's great. I remember you just talking about it to me a few days before, and I was like, yo, they're actually serving us first.
I mean,
I texted you too on the day, right?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you do that?
It makes sense.
It makes absolute sense. I don't know who thought about not serving the contractors first. It just they're hungry. They're not going to work as well. Oh, they're professionals. Sure, they're human beings though.
Yeah.
Okay, they've been there for 6 to 12 hours already, right? At some point. So that's why we are grown-ups and we make sure we bring a protein bar or something, right? It's just I don't know. I just think it's etiquette, right? I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, okay? I don't think so though, but fine. And then I really like that you put this in. I didn't think about that.
I know.
Being the one who videotapes everything. You go ahead and read that.
Well, for legality purposes, let's say, for example, at the end of the event, your client or your couple accuses you of not providing them a service. Like say they said, you didn't use uplights. We didn't see it. Like, right? And since you took video of the night, you can actually show them proof that you did. Then you're scot-free. Right?
Yeah.
If it goes to court, they have nothing. They can't, right?
Yeah. So if it's like a big event and they're claiming that something wasn't done, or hey, you didn't have the microphones weren't wireless, or something. The things we're not going to mention names and stuff like that for obvious purposes. Speaking of legalities, but the things that you told me.
Yeah.
The reasons why somebody didn't want to pay, and I'm like, no way that actually happened.
Yeah, man, it does. It does.
Stuff they're making up just to get out of paying.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's terrible.
It's and it's not like it's my first business. I've done other stuff, and I never heard of stuff like that. People really don't respect DJs sometimes. They think it's it's too expensive or whatever, or hey, they didn't do what they were supposed to do. So you always have to look out for yourself.
Yeah, so you're literally looking out for yourself by recording it. Right? You're recording the event.
Yeah. So I personally never experienced that. Somebody saying I didn't do something. But I've also been doing this a lot less than you. So it's just something that could happen. But it's definitely not the first reason to record it. The first reason is for you to be able to improve on your performance and on your mannerism and the way you look on camera and everything, and just your confidence and stuff, and to have that again. It's not just video. We're stressing that you should also record the actual audio of your mix, so this way you can actually use it. And then for promotional reasons, right?
Yeah, it's big, man. Get online. Everybody needs to be online. It's the wave. It's the wave.
So
that's about it, man.
That's about it.
Episode number 20 in the books.
Yes, number 20.
Yeah.
We made it.
See you guys soon.
See you soon.